little bit different game from yesterday.
Yeah, it was. It didn't start out very well though, right? Down 5-1 and did some, uncharacteristic things. We're not a team that's allowed to give teams extra bases and doing silly things, and did a couple things, and especially a team like this has got to take advantage of. This is a team that you can't give any, edge to because they're so good. And so to come back from 5-1 with Hartle's been a nemesis of ours 2 years. I don't think we've hit that guy in 2 years. He's really, really good. And but we stuck with it. Got that big run to make it 5-2, and then obviously Jacob got the big blast to make it 5-5. They come right back and make it 6-5, which good teams do, and Sosa answered back to make it 6-6, and then it was, everybody's waiting for something to happen, and great bats by some guys in that eighth inning, big at bat by Garrett Pennington.
You talked about Sosa before, but to go 0 for 37 or whatever, all the sickness that he had. Have you ever seen a kid that bounced back? I think, what's he hitting now?
Close to 400.
I don't know. I just told Corey Slavic. Corey Slavic was a great player at Wake Forest, who's from Alex's hometown. And when I used to coach third, Alex was playing third for Wake Forest, and we got to be close and friends. And he showed up. I just told him, I said, Alex, me and Chris Hart and Bo Robinson and JT Jarrett been trying to get Alex going ever since he had mono. He started out hot as a firecracker, went through mono, the flu, and all kind of things. We couldn't get him. You show up for one weekend and you got it going. Thanks a lot. And so I'll give credit to him.
Jacob was talking about he feels like the batting order gets better as the game goes on. Do you see that?
Well, you see pitchers. You understand. You make in-game adjustments. I think Cozy did a great job. Seemed like he was swinging at everything all weekend, right? And I know it's easier from the dugout. The further you get away from the dirt, the easier this game gets, right? So it seemed like, Jacob, what are you doing swinging those balls in the dirt? And in the stands, I'm sure some people were going in the press room, y'all probably going, why are you swinging at those? But it's about in-game adjustments, and you make those with more experience and more at-bats you get, and he made a big-time adjustment there and hit that ball that tied it up.
Merwin had a great appearance out of the pen. Just the depth of this bullpen has really been showing up in the last few weeks between him and Consiglio and Derek Smith locking it down in the ninth. Just how big is that for y'all?
Yeah, our starters, we missed Logan Whitaker for 6 starts. We missed Matt Willison all year. Emotional senior day for him. And Sam Highfield is he's battled things since his freshman year. He's just battled all kind of things, and you don't know what it is because he doesn't say anything. He just goes out there, and so the veterans that we have on the mound are really, really special. But then what's made the difference is other guys have stepped up, and some of them they stepped up in Whitaker's absence and Sam's absence, and they had to, and so it gives you kind of an edge there. They got in there and got some experience, and our bullpen's been outstanding.
And you guys sweep just a storied, college baseball program here before heading into ACC championships. Just talk about the significance of this win heading into the tournament.
I think the significance of this win has made us a 3 seed in the ACC tournament. So now you're not turning around and playing on Tuesday and get a couple days off, which I'm sure this team could use. There's some guys they're banged up right now. They're banged up and they're just gutting it out. And so a couple days off will be good for these guys. So the significance of this win today is it made us a 3 seed in the top 4 seed.
For the players you honored today, the seniors, could you speak to what they meant to this program?
Well, I did a little video and I didn't even see it because I thought they were just playing one of those silly things with SpongeBob before the game or whatever. So I didn't watch it. Then I found out at the end it was what I talked about with the seniors, and they meant a lot. And I told them, it was a bunch of them. We were lined up from home plate to first base, and they will remember. You don't have to win on senior day, but these seniors will never forget this game and how it happened, and then they'll reflect back to how this weekend happened, and then they'll reflect back how they started this season and how they stuck through things, and they were able to. What they've done the last 6 or 7 weeks has been nothing short of amazing, and they'll remember that. So wherever they're at in their life, whether it's in pro ball or they're working a job or, having a family or figuring out where you're going to live, what you're going to do, as they reflect back on every senior day, their mind will go to this weekend and they'll go to this whole season and how they stuck with things, which is what you have to do in life, and see if you can come out on the better end, and you can't have self-pity for 1 second when things aren't going your way, because that'll certainly turn things in a different direction. So I was really happy for these seniors, because obviously they had a lot to do with us sticking together this season.
Going off of that, have you ever had a team where that's dealt with this much during a year and still produced the
I have not
results?
had a team that's probably dealt with this much injury-wise, and let alone to deal with it and do what they've done. This is every team brings you something and gives you something as a coach that you'll always remember. Players teach you much more than you teach them, and but this team is going to be special for what they've done and how they've stuck together.
I asked you about the senior class. What about the freshman class and what they've contributed this
We
year?
knew how good they were coming in, but it's still hard in this league to come in and do what they've done. We've had great freshmen that have done great things here at NC State, but as Grandma always said, ain't nothing easy. But they've done an incredible job, and just really hats off to everybody in that dugout. When it was 5-1, I thought the dugout had a lot to do, because players were like, we let the ball go by us in right field. We didn't pick up the bunt. Some things were happening, and I thought the dugout realized that we needed a spark, and they just kind of got up in there, and I thought that was a key as well that most people didn't even see.
Prior to the game, sir, you mentioned Dave Odom. That's something that resonates not just in Wake, but throughout the ACC. He was actually my mom's gym teacher at Durham High School.
Dave Odom was one of the classiest guys this league's ever had, and I'm fortunate to be around him a lot. We have a place down at the beach, and I won't tell you exactly what happened, but he called me and said we need to go to lunch about, I think, 12 years ago. Chip's already figured it out. And, of course, he wanted me to buy. But anyway, so we went to lunch, and he gave me some great advice from a friend of his. We've been very close. And Hal Stewart, who's a legend here in Garner High School with Garner football, and Hal Stewart called me about 2 weeks ago, and Dave had he had a pretty severe heart attack and bypass and some complications from it, and Hal Stewart was the guy. He's such an incredible human being, and they're good friends, and the legendary George Whitfield down in Rockingham and Goldsboro, they all grew up together, and George Whitfield, we're all close, and it was Hal's idea. He said, Hal, I said, you think Dave will be okay if I do that? He said, yeah, he's fine now and he'll be okay. So that was Hal Stewart's idea, and I just wanted to reach out to, and I thought playing Wake made it really, really special, because obviously he was a legendary assistant coach there, and I think they won a couple of ACC championships when he was there. I think he was there when that guy made that run, that basketball player that got all the points in the
Duncan.
Childress ran. I think he was there when Childress went off in that ACC tournament, and so Dave's well remembered in a lot of places, South Carolina there, and I just wanted to send out a special wish to him.
Elliott, I know you feel good about hosting, looking ahead. I know you don't like to look ahead.
Well, we're not hosting
got
yet.
a
We're not
shot?
hosting yet, huh?
Have you got a shot at top 8, you think, and what would it take now?
I think we'd have to win the ACC tournament to have a chance at top 8, because it's hard to jump over people. We've jumped over so many people. I think I looked at the RPI everybody does this time of year, and we were 15 this morning, and but obviously Wake's is higher, so we should move up a little bit. But you can't move so much because there's people in front of you. So what it would take is probably somebody else maybe losing somewhere and losing some points and us passing ahead. But I don't count on anything. I just want us to keep playing and keep playing hard and understand how we've made this run and keep doing what we're doing.
Any more questions for Coach Avent?
Yeah. Hey, on that same breath, really quick, Coach. How about the fans this weekend? Were unbelievable.
I thought last night's crowd was the best I saw all year.
Yeah.
And obviously we had Carolina home. That's big for our fans. But I thought last night's crowd was the best, and I appreciated them showing up early, because they showed up early to support and appreciate the police officers on this campus and in the city of Raleigh. And I thought that was a great thing, and I was proud that our fans were here early, and the officers singing the national anthem, that was kind of special, and so then today to come out, after a threat of rain, they actually wanted me to play a doubleheader yesterday. They wanted me to move the game up all day. I've been told how much it was going to rain for the last 2 days, and I ain't seen a drop yet. And they guaranteed it because they got this thing called radar, and they showed me their phone. And I do think it's going to rain.
Right.
And I also think whenever it starts, it's probably going to stop sometime. But I don't think we all have a great idea on when that's going to be.
When the weatherman says 50% chance of rain, that means, well, it may rain, it may not.
That's what they should say every day, 50%.
Yeah.
Thank you all.